So welcome back everyone to another stream. Today we're going to be playing some Super Mario Brothers 35 for the Nintendo Switch. I got this a few weeks back, I guess early October, and when it came out, and man, this has been my crack addiction for the last month or so. It's just a ton of fun. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to play a bunch of online matches, and I'll explain how this game works in case, you decide to try it out for yourself. And yeah, as long as people are in here chatting and having fun, I could see myself going here for a while. Because like I said, this has been my addiction for quite some time now. Apparently, as of doing this stream, this is going to be a temporary game, a limited time game. Nintendo, I think, is going to be taking it offline sometime in the new year. I think around the time that they plan on discontinuing the Mario All-Stars, 3D All-Stars collection, something like that. I don't know the details 100%, but I think it's going to work like that. So, unfortunately, you might be watching this in the future and might not have access to this, but, so this will also be sort of a time capsule of this awesome game. Hopefully Nintendo backtracks the whole limited time thing and just leaves it up and running because it's so much fun. Or, maybe they'll release like a physical version down the road with extra features, kind of like what they did with Tetris 99. This does require the Nintendo Online subscription, which is $20 a year. But that subscription is so cheap, you get a lot of really nice perks with it, like the NES and SNES. Sort of virtual console programs, as well as Tetris 99 and Mario 35. So it doesn't really cost much to get into this and try it out and have some fun. And but yeah, so we're gonna play quite a bit of this today. One of the reasons I was a couple minutes late is I actually got into another match. I did a match probably around 3:50, and that one ended up ending pretty early, and then I did another match right afterwards. And so that made me run a little bit late. But I also had to update my patron slides and stuff like that, so yeah. But shame it will be limited, says Ben. Silly idea. Yeah, I agree. I think it is pretty silly. It's very disappointing if it is going to be truly limited. I mean, they could always backtrack on it, but Nintendo is usually pretty true to their word. When they say something, they usually mean it. So I don't know. In the back of my mind, I'm hoping that they get rid of the whole limited run thing. But regardless, I'm just gonna keep playing it, as long as I can because it's so much fun. So, but yeah. I usually play Castlevania and Doom, but yes, I do play tons of other games. Yep. Hey Mario, welcome back. Yo Brandon, what's going on? And guns. Extreme guns. Michael says, keep up the good work, Austin. Well, thank you, Michael. I appreciate it. Spike Paws, welcome back, dude. Kevin always replies to emails as, we are working on it, even if you're the only one assigned. It's just one of those things. Yeah, exactly. For those that work in like professional environments and you have to deal with emails and text all day, yeah, generally you'll talk in third person. We is Austin and his cat. Patchy is the brains. That's right. Okay, so before we start off and I, get things going here, let's go ahead and do our shoutouts. So, as always, guys, thanks to everyone. Whoops, wrong one. That is continuing to back my channel on places like Patreon. If you want to support the channel directly while also getting some content early, consider checking out that Patreon link and pitching in. You'll also get access to my private Discord server. Same goes for all the YouTube channel members. It's like supporting on Patreon, except you're doing it through YouTube itself. And YouTube channel members get a bunch of custom emoji, which is awesome. Most of them are of my kitty, so I'm going to post those in chat there. But they'll also get Discord access. So Jeff, shoutouts to him, Jeff Smith, who actually joined up as a channel member last week. And then thanks to everyone that's been doing super chats on my live streams. We had a lot of people super chat during October, so thanks to everyone that did that. But the last two streams in particular, my Super Castlevania 4 prototype and my Dracula X Chronicle stream, I want to give a shout out to the guys that did super chats there. So Steve K, Zaku Gurin, Oliver McMuffins, Jeff Metal 42, Tenchi 3, Society of Sin, Encrypted Printer, Rob Allen, Mark Cavender, and Pancreatitis. Thank you all for doing that, and thanks to everybody else on the list there that did super chats in the last 30 days. So much appreciated. I actually have 2 templates I'm going to be using today. So there's this one right here, which I'll switch over to after we've done a few rounds. But just so you guys get a good idea of what's going on with you know, your heads-up display and whatnot, I'm going to leave this template up for the first couple rounds, and then I'll switch over to the 4x3 template, which just is zoomed in on the gameplay itself. This is classic Super Mario Brothers, so it does display in a 4x3 window. And like Tetris 99, you've got all these windows where you can basically peer into your opponent's play fields. So, Yoshi, how often do I do my streams? I do them once a week on Wednesdays. Same time, same place. Occasionally I'll do Saturdays. During October, when I focus on horror-themed content, I try to double up on streams, so during October, I stream Wednesday and Saturday. Now that we're into November, as of doing this, I might not do as many Saturday streams because it was really stressful actually back in October. I started working a second job in September, and then I started doubling up my streams, which basically made YouTube like a third job, and so it was just very stressful. So I might not do as many Saturday streams from here on out, but we'll see. A lot of times the Saturday streams are just based on how I feel. I might just do them randomly, so we'll see. But yeah, Wednesdays around 4 p.m. Eastern time, sometimes 4:30, depending on, you know, some factors. So, but yeah, Wednesday is my primary day to stream on YouTube. But all right, so yeah, we've got this is our main menu here, basically. If you click in the right analog stick, it brings up the daily challenges menu. And as you can see, it says new challenges begin daily at 12 a.m. So basically what you can do is just meet certain goals and you'll get some bonus coins as a result. Coins are kind of like experience points. The more coins you get, the faster you level up. So you'll see my character there on the left-hand side on that card, level 49. Star, it actually means a level 149. So a star means you've hit level 100. And any level you get past that gets added next to the star. 2 stars is 200, so on and so forth. And that experience meter down below that those are coins. And I've collected 146,982 coins total. As you knock opponents out, as you win, things like that, your coins are cashed out to you and added to your experience, and then you can level up. Leveling up allows you to unlock icons. I've unlocked most of them so far. I think I need 3 more. I'm not sure when those appear. And you can actually select an icon to use as your basically your thumbnail that people will see as they play against you. You can check your stats and things like that. So I've actually played for just 4 minutes shy of 40 hours. So 39 hours, 56 minutes, and 7 seconds. I've played 196 courses. I've gotten 80 first place wins. It tells you all your coins you've collected, how many times you've jumped. It's pretty crazy, all the stats that it tracks. It's really kind of funny, actually. Enemies beaten. I've killed 69,231 Goombas. And, you know, the list just drops off from there. And it also shows our recent results. So, yeah. You can also track your knockouts, just like that. Knockouts, you don't get knockouts very often in this game. But it's definitely good when you do get them. I'll explain that once we get into it. Hey, Liberal Arts Guy, what's going on, man? Good to see you again. Sin City, welcome back. You can practice courses if you want, which I'm not going to do, but it is an option. So if you're uncomfortable with specific courses, like 7-4 was a big one for me in the very beginning because I completely forgot the pattern, but I've now, you know, since figured it out. You can, you know, go and practice any course you want. And let's go ahead and go back. The first one you unlocked was Luigi, and you were super excited, but no, got to get level 99 to be Luigi. Yep. Yeah, so the icons, those are literally just icons. Those aren't like playable characters or anything like that. But yes, you can play as Luigi, but you have to be level 99 or 100 to be able to access that. I don't know if there are any other Easter eggs in this as of doing this. I haven't gotten level 200 yet. I suspect I will get there based on how much I've been playing, but we'll see. I know I've seen a couple level 200 people out there already. So you can actually use the analog stick or the D-pad. I obviously prefer the D-pad. And you can change your buttons. So I've got it to where, you know, Y is run and B is jump. Of course, I'm actually using a Made Flash adapter, and I'm using an Xbox 360 controller, so it's actually X and A. But thanks Super Nintendo layout there. And that's just the most comfortable way for me to play the game. Occasionally, you've got special battles. The next one starts... They're usually on weekends. So this one starts on Friday. And it'll probably go all weekend, and then it'll close out. It's like the 35-player battle mode, except that what happens is, just as it says, it's a limited time event where you play a set order of courses. The structure is like a regular 35-player battle, but with added special conditions like starting with extra coins or starting on a specific level or something like that. So, Switch Pro controllers, they're alright. Yeah, they're just, they're expensive. You know, they're $60, and the Made Flash adapter was $35. And I can use it with multiple systems. It just made more sense to get that. Plus, I can use my Hori arcade stick on my Switch since I have a lot of shmups. So, that was the better buy for me. So, hey, Dasan, what's going on? You're at level 98. Nice. Great to see a stream of this. You've been playing the hell out of it. Yeah, me too, man. Me too. I probably will get a Pro controller eventually, but right now I'm cool with using my 360 controller. But yeah, so what happens here is when you go to the 35 player battle, you pick a level that you want to hopefully see in the game. And when you first start, you're only going to have access to levels 1 or level 1, I believe. And then as you actually, you know, get to levels and beat them in the main game itself, they'll unlock for you on this grid. And then you can pick any level that you want. I think how it works is you pick a level, everyone picks a level, and all those levels get thrown into sort of a pool of levels, and then they're drawn. I don't know if it's randomly or if there's a set order or something like that. So what's going to end up happening is because you get a lot of new players that only have 1-1, 1-2, 1-3 or something like that. I'd assume a lot of them don't even play past that, and so they don't unlock the other levels. You see a lot of 1-1 and 1-2 in particular. And so we're going to actually see a lot of those two levels. I like to play 4-1 because how this game works is when you attack enemies and destroy them, they get thrown over to other people's playfields. So that's the real fun in this game is, you know, seeing enemies appear in locations that they're normally not supposed to appear in, like a Bowser on level 1, or Hammer Brothers underwater, or bloopers up in the sky, you know. Or 35 Lakitus all throwing Spinies at once. And I'm sure we'll see that at least a couple times. But yeah, if you hit the L trigger, you can actually scroll over on the right-hand side and choose to start with, you know, the Super Mushroom or the Fire Flower or the Star. I usually do the Fire Flower to start, just to give myself a head start. But I'll just play just a standard Mario right now. They do use coins. So, you know, my experience down at the bottom right, or my coin experience at the bottom right, you know, I'll eat into that by using these. But usually I rank pretty high in just about every match I play. So it's like I can spend 50 coins on a Fire Flower and it's not really a big deal, you know, because I'll get those coins back and some. There are no chat commands, Yoshi. No, not on my channel here. You haven't seen any of this, Spike Balls, but it sounds fun. Yeah, it's very, very fun, man. Quake Nerd, welcome back. George is at 1-3. No time to play. Yeah, I know that feeling, man. Alright. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to go ahead and pick... I mean, it doesn't really matter which level I pick. You can actually hit Y, and it says, surprise me. Oh, great. 8-4, which is the final level in the game. Yeah, usually how I lose in this design is I just make a really dumb mistake. I'll fall down a pit, or I won't jump long enough or high enough. I'll let go of jump too early. Jeff Metal, what's going on, man? Welcome back. But alright. So, just like Tetris 99, you can see your opponent's playfields, and you can see what they're doing. And you've got a couple of different commands you can do. For one, if you hit the R trigger, you can target who you're sending enemies to. So every time I kill an enemy like this, that enemy, you'll see it fly off the screen onto someone else's playfield. So that Goomba went to the right. There's our fire flower. Every time you kill an enemy, you also get some time. So you'll notice that I don't have a lot of time to start. I only have 25 seconds. But every enemy you kill gives you at least 1 second back. Picking up an item that you've already got, like a fire flower, will give you 15 seconds. And if you get a power star and you start rolling through enemies, you'll get extra time back, starting at 2 seconds, and then you'll basically, as you combo enemies, get 3 seconds per enemy, then 4 seconds, so on and so forth. And you can see that we're already up to 77 seconds on the clock. So you can get a maximum of 400 seconds. And so the idea is to, you know, keep as much time as you can, because you're going to need it at the end of the round, and you'll see if we get that far. 2, the other goal in the beginning in particular is to grind out for coins. So sometimes what I like to do on stage 1, 2 here is grab all the coins that I can. So that box up there will usually give me about 10, and then I'll grab a fire flower to boost my time a little bit. And then extra lives give you 20 coins instantly. And every enemy I kill gets sent over to someone else's playfield, piranha plants included. Anything that can be killed in this game can be sent to someone else's game. I like going to the warp zone if I have the choice, because it, you know, gives me more flexibility on where I go in the game. And the goal is not to beat the game. The goal is to just be the last man standing. And so the game never ends until you're the last man standing. There's no, you know, final boss or anything like that, or ending. It's a battle royale. Basically survival of the fittest. Last man standing. And so your goal is to outlast everyone else. I'm going to go ahead and get this fire flower again just to boost my time a little bit. Now, when you knock out an opponent, sometimes you'll notice... Well, if you look around the outside the gameplay screen, you'll notice there are a bunch of KO cards. And if there's one that's orange, it means that you've actually knocked out someone, which means someone's died because of some enemy that you sent over to their game. And it's great when you get knockouts like that, because you'll actually get coins from that opponent. And I think you'll also get some of their time as well. It could be the rest of the time and the coins on the clock, or in their, you know, in their pocket. And so if you can actually knock someone out, it's very good. That'll give you a really good advantage. So this is great. I've just killed 2 Hammer Brothers, which means Hammer Brothers are going to start appearing in other people's games. Let's go ahead and grab this fire flower again. And there's actually a coin block right here. So knowing where your items are, where your upgrades are, your coins and all that stuff is really important. So the more familiarized you are with the original Super Mario Brothers, the better you're gonna do. Because you know, when you're put in a bind, or when you're caught in a bind, you know, knowing exactly where the power stars are is gonna save you. Or knowing where your extra lives are, you know, so you can use your mystery box. And what I haven't explained yet is that every 20 coins you have can be used for basically a freebie mystery box. So let's go ahead and demonstrate it. So I just pressed X, and you'll notice it's cycling through, kind of Mario Kart style. And you can get either a fire flower, which will either, you know, turn you into Fire Flower Mario, or it'll give you 15 seconds on the clock if you've already got a fire flower. You can get a power star from it. You can get a POW block or a POW block. It acts much like it does in the original classic Mario Brothers arcade game. And then the last one you can get is a Super Mushroom. So when it gets to the end or near the end of a round, you're going to be flooded with enemies most likely, and the timer is going to be ticking down like crazy. And in order to stay alive, you're going to have to start using those mystery blocks. Basically, you'll be activating those. You'll be using up 20 coins each time, and you're going to see me doing that quite a bit over the course of this stream. Now, as you play this, you'll get into a certain groove with various levels. So for me, I've got, you know, different patterns I like to, or different, I like to go through each level a very specific way. And so what we're going to do is go to 8-3, because there are going to be some Hammer Brothers here. And some Bullet Bills. Bullet Bills always throw people off. So one thing I do sometimes is I'll just sit here for a little bit and just grind out on enemies. And I'll just send bullet bills to random people's playfields. And so here's a Bowser. And we just send Bowser to someone else's game. And another bullet bill. So the thing about this game is it's more about being slow and steady than it is being, say, a speedrunner. Now, there are various moments where it's good to be in the speedrun mindset. And then there are other moments where it's really good to be in just a slow and steady mindset. And so having sort of a balance between the two playstyles is very important when it comes to survival in this game. Yeah, I was actually one over. So what I'm going to do is actually go ahead and use my mystery box. And we got the star, which is good, which means I can just sort of cut my way to the end of this level. Send a bunch of Hammer Brothers over to people's games. You'll notice I'm not panicking, and I'm not, like, resorting to my my mystery box. And the reason for that is, like, I'd like to save as many as I can, because I need them for the end of the round. And eventually my clock is going to turn red, and it's going to start ticking down really, really fast. And that's when I want to save my, that's when I want to save my mystery boxes, my coins. And that could have ended really poorly there. Now, there is a warp zone up there I could have gone to, but this level, honestly, I prefer to just play it out because I can get some coins like this. There is a star just right underneath me right here. And so I can use that star to just, you know, roll over everything. I can run and jump here. There's actually a fire flower right here, but I don't really need it. So I'm just going to go ahead and keep running. Just like so. And another fire flower right there. Oops. And again, just taking my time here. Just jump on up. For this part, I usually take the warp zone, which is going to take us to 6-4, which is basically a, you know, a palette. It's not even a palette swap. It's just a. It's basically your first castle again, but with more of these fire wheels. And then what's great about coming here is that Bowser from level 6 and on start throwing hammers. And so it's great making hammer Bowsers, you know, appear in other people's games. And so for Hammer Bowser, that's just what I'm going to call him. He's probably just regular Bowser, but, you know, I always try to snipe him from a distance with the fire flower, whereas other Bowsers, I might try to just jump over him to speed things up. And so we're on 5-3. 5-3 is just like 1-3, except that you've got bullet bills now and some smaller platforms. So that platform's smaller. That question mark box would have given me a fire flower, but I don't really need it. My goal is just to kind of stay in motion here. Now you have to be careful on levels like these because, you know, Super Mario Bros. Has variable jump height. You know, how high you jump depends on how long you hold down the button. And so you need to make sure that you're holding down the button long enough to reach all of your, you know, all your platforms. I've actually lost several matches because I didn't hold the jump button down long enough, and I ended up just not making my jumps. And it's, you know, you die instantly when you fall down a pit. You know, there's no coming back. So, you know, you could very well waste, you know, 20 minutes of your life because of a stupid mistake like that. So in the top right, you can see like we're down to 6 players, and I predict that list is going to drop even faster. Or shortly. But you can tell that a lot of people are on stage 1. And for some reason I'm on 8-3 a second time. I don't even know if these other guys have done 8-3. For those of you guys that are unfamiliar with the first Super Mario Brothers, you can tell when Bowser is going to attack because he shuts his mouth. He basically closes his mouth and then gets ready to spit out some fire. So when you're, you know, going through the game, and even if you're playing the game normally, like if you're just playing the original Super Mario Brothers by yourself, you know, not playing Mario 35, he's got the same tell, you know, he shuts his mouth when he's ready to shoot the fire. Very important in this game in particular because, you know, it could be the difference between life and death, basically. I apologize for not looking at the chat. I'm trying to focus here because we are getting closer to the end of the match. And I'd like to place as high as possible. And here's level 8-4 that was picked for me using the randomizer. So again, my time's not ticking down fast right now, so I'm just gonna take my time. Now, for those of you guys wondering, the physics in this are pretty close to the original Super Mario Brothers, but they did take some liberties. For instance, the game plays just a tad bit slower than the original Super Mario Brothers. I actually, because I've been playing this game so much recently, I actually fired up the original Super Mario Brothers on an NES, on a CRT, last night, and the game was way faster than this is. Like, it's, wow. But some of the physics feel a little bit different in this too, and you can do high jumps off enemies like you can, which is very standard for like the modern Super Mario Brothers games. And let me just go ahead and get in here. Now I'm gonna go ahead and use my my mystery block. I'm gonna go ahead and use those coins. And there we go. So I'm not gonna use another one until I turn small, because what I can do is if I'm gonna use it again, I'd rather be small Mario. That way I get the biggest upgrade. There we go. So I got a fire flower from that. And you can see that my timer is red now, which means it's ticking down much faster. And because that's a Hammer Bowser, I didn't want to try to jump over him. It might be the Mario Maker engine, Kevin, but they heavily adjusted the physics. If they did. If they did use that engine. Because Super Mario Brothers in Mario Maker doesn't feel anything like this. So whatever they did for this one, they got it to feel a lot more like the actual original game, which is nice. Mario Maker, unfortunately, I love the game, but I'm not really a fan of what they did with the first Super Mario Brothers. It's just way too fast, Mario jumps way too long, which is kind of a bummer, because I like designing that style of level the most. I like doing classic Super Mario Brothers stuff. And it's still fun to play, especially when you make like a really nasty level, but it's really tough to go back to it, the classic Super Mario Brothers and Mario Maker, after playing this, because it feels so different. Alright, so what I really should be doing is just booking it, because my timer is, when it's in the red, it just ticks down really fast. And I'm going to be selectively using my, you know, my mystery boxes. Now, unfortunately, people aren't really doing anything to me. They're not sending enemies my way. So I went ahead and just switched over my attack to random. Hopefully that gets more enemies appearing on everyone's games, and then hopefully they start sending more enemies my way. Sending more enemies my way gives me some more time, because when I use those those power stars, I can get a bunch of time back. Now, I kind of have to take my time here with these Hammer Brothers, though, which is kind of a bummer. Comboing shells into enemies is probably the best way to get time back. If you can do a really long combo stream with the Koopa shells, you get a ton of time back. It just multiplies for basically every single hit. And then the second best, I would say, is your Power Star. That's actually the most common way you're going to get your time back in the late games, by using your stars. Also, getting those POW blocks is actually pretty nice too. Alright, this is actually really good. Let's go ahead and get this. This is a good level in general, though, for getting time back, because there's always that Power Star right there. And I'm going to go ahead and get this. And get that time back. This is going to be a really close one. Now, if you look at the other opponent's playfield, when it's flashing red, you'll actually, that's an indicator that their time is running low. But their screen isn't flashing red yet, so this isn't looking really good for me right now, honestly. And we're both on level 1-1, which is not really great. We're not sending many enemies, you know, to the other player's playfield. So this is actually a really boring end to it, unfortunately. I really hate it when matches end like this. It's just not that much fun. Let me go ahead and use my stuff. And I'm gonna die. I just know it. Yep, he's gonna win. Oh, he didn't win! I won but with 4 seconds on the clock. That's weird, because normally when they're low on time, they, like, their screen starts flashing red. I thought that was because they're low on time. Jack, I will stream Mario Maker again. I'll do Mario Maker 2 in particular, because I did get that again when I got my Switch. Whew! Hey, Serpent Sword and Cafe Man. What's going on, guys? I got a lot of coins from that one, too. Wow. I haven't gotten this many coins in a while from a single match. That was wild. Hey, thanks, Kevin. Because that's how you do it. Hey, Society. It's my highest win streak. Highest win streak? I never really thought about that. It's like 4 or 5. I've won 4 or 5 times in a row. Multiple times. Yeah, that's probably about as high as I've gotten on my win streak. Emmermon has attended every stream in October and this month. Nice. Very nice. The worst Bowser to fight is the verbally abusive one that uses painfully accurate insults. Sounds a lot like me. Oh, man. Alright. Pancreatitis, hey? And Spider 1A? Thanks, guys. Alright, let's do it again. Ooh. Every time I get a new icon, I have to equip it. It's nice. We got a star. Hell yeah. The reason I like to equip it is that, you know, there's a lot of newer players that haven't seen a lot of those icons. Alright, so what I'm going to do is select 4-1, because I like trying to send Lakitus to other people's games, and then I'm going to use a Fire Flower to start with, and then I'm going to also hold down the left trigger, because once you get to a level 100, you can play as Luigi. So he's basically the same thing as Mario, he's just like First Super Mario Brothers, where he's a palette swap. Oh, the Lakitus are the best, Jeff. It really screws everybody up. Especially when you get, like, 30 of them attacking you at once. It's pretty ridiculous. Will that actually happen? We don't know. It's kind of a crapshoot. For one, I don't even know if I'll actually get to that level that I just selected. So, you know, we'll see. So what I like to do is I like to have my attacks set to random. For pretty much the whole game. Just about the whole game. And then I like to kill as many enemies as I can when I see them. Right from the very beginning. Because that raises my chances of knocking somebody out, because more enemies are out there in other people's games. And so I do whatever I can to just, you know, kill just about every enemy that I see in the early stages of the game. I just take my time, I grind out power-ups, you know, coins, things like that. Whenever you hit a flagpole, you kill whatever's on the screen, and that gets sent out to other people's games. Even right here, I'll take my time. I'll kill all these enemies. For one, I'm building my time. I lost my fire flower, but it's not really a big deal. I can get about 10 coins from this block. And then I can just take my time here. And look at this combo right here. Oops. Look at that time. I got a ton of time back for that. And that was a very simple combo, too. And what I could do if I want is I could have gotten that fire flower, but I'm going to go ahead and just rush through here. I'll get the fire flower on this part. That was close. Yeah, you can see I'm Luigi now. So that's a perk to getting to level 100. But again, when you're selecting your level, you do have to hold down the left trigger as you select it in order to activate Luigi. So 2-2 is the first underwater level, and I actually like coming here because I can send bloopers to other people's games, and bloopers can really throw you off when you see them, you know, above water. So, now the only problem with the water levels is that they take longer to go through because you're swimming through them as opposed to running. And two, if you lose your fire flower, they become a lot more difficult to survive. And so, you know, this is one of those levels where a lot of times if I lose my fire flower, I'll just go ahead and use my my mystery box to hopefully try to get another one. But in the early stages in particular, or the early stage of each match, it's good to just take your time. You gotta watch out for these currents. Just like the original Super Mario Bros. On NES, you know, as you go over those gaps, it tries sucking you down. The water current tries sucking you down. One of the crazy things about the first Super Mario Bros., we kind of take it for granted these days, but it was one of the earliest games to just have, like, really good physics. Like, all around. Like, to the point where, like, it still holds up really well today. Right down to those water currents in the water stages. There's so much attention to detail in the first Super Mario Bros. And, you know, it's been a staple for Nintendo ever since. Alright, so just taking my time. I see a Bowser over there, so one thing I can do is get up on this block. And that 45-degree angle of the fire flower makes it really easy to hit Bowser that way. Gonna get ourselves another star right here. Now you're gonna start noticing that I'm not really gonna be grabbing any fire flowers from here on out unless I really need them. Because my timer is maxed out, so there's no point in just wasting time to grab it when my timer is already capped out. What I will do sometimes, though, is open it just like that, just to leave it there. Because if I turn into Small Mario and I grab a Fire Flower, I get transformed immediately to Fire Flower Mario. So, it's kind of... Sometimes I'll open them just as a safety net, in case I take a hit or two. So, like, I didn't need that, because I'm already at 395 seconds, and we've got Bowser here. So Koopa takes, you know, he takes five hits with the Fire Flower. Doesn't matter which form he is, if he's throwing hammers or not. And as you get close to Bowser, he starts shooting fire at you. And that fire seems to be completely random. Sometimes he'll do 3 or 4 shots back to back. Other times he'll unleash one. So in Super Mario Brothers... and Super Mario Bros. 35 in particular, you know, there's a lot of just thinking on your feet. There's a lot of that in this game, and I think the best players are going to be good at not just speedrunning through the game, but they're going to be good at analyzing every situation pretty quickly and reacting appropriately. Be it, you know, sort of like, you know, walking back and forth to dodge, you know, falling spinies or something like that. Or just slowing down just to, you know, get a hold of a situation. So, you guys will see some pretty cool dodging and stuff like that later on in the game once things get chaotic. But as you can see, we're already back down to just 6 players. So it doesn't take long for the 35 players to get knocked out. It's usually 35. Sometimes it'll be 33, 34. Some players might not make a full solid connection. And when you hear that timer sound, that's actually not the timer. It's actually letting you know that only 5 players remain. And so for the treetop levels, I like to just kind of rush through them if I can. It's not really worth grinding out on enemies, unless you see some bigger enemies that are really worth throwing to someone else's playfield. Now, I do try to attack enemies as I run past them. If I'm above them, I'll try to shoot them from a distance. Kind of like so, and I'm down to 375 seconds, so it was good to get that fire flower. And another Bowser. Ooh, 2 Bowsers. Look at that. I will take that. Again, extra lives give you 20 coins, which is basically a free box use. Which really comes in handy. But my clock isn't ticking down really fast yet. It's not in the red. It is ticking down a little bit faster than it normally does, but it's still not ticking down super fast. So, you know, if I see a coin box, I'm going to go ahead and just milk it for all it's worth. Now you gotta be careful about bumping your head on the water levels, because you'll get pushed down really fast. And that can really screw you up too. Now one thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and attack the guy that's over there on the castle. Try to get some cheeps thrown his way. Although he's at Bowser right now, so it's not going to really do a whole lot of good. So what I'm going to do is actually flip it back over to the guy that's underground. Well, no, he just... No, okay, the other guy went back to another castle. Okay, so I'm going to throw stuff his way then. So I'm targeting the guy on the far left. And you can see the blooper. The blooper is floating around the screen. Yeah, so unfortunately I ended up losing a lot of time on that previous level. But not a whole lot I could do about that. Go ahead and just take our time here. And it looks like he defeated Bowser and he sent him to my game, and I just sent him right back. Wow, he's doing a 3rd castle in a row. That's crazy. Alright, so there's an extra life up here. I always try to grab it if I can, assuming my time's not, you know, flashing forward real fast. Okay. Star right up. Ooh, I didn't see that piranha plant. Oh, man. That caught me off guard. Yeah, the piranha plants have a tendency of kind of like blending in to the environment a little bit. They're a little bit harder to see. I'm gonna go ahead and get the fire flower. I don't want to waste my mystery box on a fire flower if I can avoid it. And another coin box right here. You can get up to 15 hits or 15 coins. And there's also a fire flower right here. A little tough to get. And there's a piranha plant up top. That's the second one today I've seen up top like that. And level 7-3. This is a reskin of level 2-3. You've got a lot of cheeps, basically the fish that fly up. And this is a really good level to overwhelm other players. But your aim's got to be decent if you want to get the most out of it. Alright, I'm going to go back to random. Now the flagpoles give you a different amounts of time back depending on where you catch them. If you catch them at the flagpole level, you'll get 15 seconds back. If you catch them a little more towards the middle, it'll be around 10 seconds. And then below that is 5 seconds, and then below that, I think, is 3 seconds. So ideally, it's best to get the top of the flagpole, but there are some times where, like, I'm not really struggling for time. And so I don't really worry about it. I'll just grab the bottom of the flagpole just because it's quicker. Gotta be good with that fire flower in this game. Yeah, I'm all about getting that time back right now, because it is starting to tick down faster. Oh, and the guy that was in the castle 3 times in a row just got knocked out, so we're down to 3 players. Alright, power star. Alright, just keep running. The piranha plants, you know, they're not usually that bad on their own, but you can get them to appear in some really nasty scenarios, some really nasty places. And I'm gonna go ahead and do 1-1 again. Like I said, there's a lot of 1-1, which is, it's, in a way it's fine because you're guaranteed a bunch of power-ups. But it's also not fine because it just gets kind of repetitive, and you don't have a lot of dangerous enemies on 1-1. It's just Goombas and Koopa Troopas, pretty much. Although this level can get really interesting once you start getting, like, Lakitus appearing in it, or Hammer Brothers, things like that. So what I'm gonna do is actually, try to get a combo here. That's just a really good time bonus if I do that. And I should actually be targeting the guy that is on the bridge. The bridge level is probably one of the hardest in the game, because the Cheep Cheeps just come out seemingly randomly. And so if I can basically, you know, spam him with enemies, I've got a good chance of knocking him out, getting some coins. Or if I don't knock him out specifically, he might knock himself out by falling into a pit or something like that. Unfortunately, you don't get credit for killing your opponents when they fall into a pit. I think it's only when they get hit by an enemy that you've sent over. You can get combos even underwater. So if I see a Koopa Troopa down there, I'll go ahead and try to just kick him across. Now, certain enemies you can just hop on underwater, but the fish and the bloopers you cannot, just like the original Super Mario Brothers. But they did give you the ability to hop on, you know, like Goombas and Koopa Troopas. Now, you can't sit in place for too long either. I haven't talked about that. Your timer will start ticking down really fast if you do. And I think it's based on how much you're scrolling the screen over. And so if you sit on a still screen for more than a few seconds, your clock will have an exclamation mark by it and it'll start ticking down faster. So there's another guy in the bridge, and here's 4-1. This is my favorite level because I can get those Lakitus in here. So I'm actually targeting the guy on the bridge. And he sent the Lakitu back to me. I know it's got to be the guy on the bridge because he's the only one I'm targeting right now. So I've got a trick with the Lakitus. At this height, if you get really close to them, you can actually still hit them with the fire flower. Or a fireball. It's dangerous, but it's worth it. Otherwise, you end up not getting the Lakitus sent over to other people's games. And speaking of fire flower, there's actually one right here, so I'm going to go ahead and grab that. So we got 2 Lakitus at once. Go ahead and just hit the flagpole. If I see enemies on the ground, I don't try to go ahead and kill them, because the flagpole will do it for me. So I focus on the flagpole. I will go ahead and get this one up. get some of those, get some coins. And I'm gonna focus on just the fire flower, not fire flower, the power star. You can see that gave me a lot of time back, which is actually super important right now. Because when it gets to this point in any match, it basically comes down to the timer, more so than, you know, players, you know, getting killed by enemies or whatever. Okay. You're annoying, Blooper. Oh, jeez. See, I'm trying not to use my, my mystery boxes if I can avoid it. Because I might need them at the very end. And just one good power star like this, you can get, you know, a ton of time back. Oh, crap. Go ahead and take the warp zone again. 2-2. I don't want 2-2. I'd rather 1-1. I'm way too slow right now for level 2-2. Got the POW block. That was good. Let's go ahead and just start using our boxes. Alright, looks like it's just me and that other guy. But unfortunately, we're both at pretty boring levels, so just like the previous match, there's not much that's going on here at the end. I really am not a fan of that happening. And it's really because of all the new players that don't have access to other maps. They always end up picking 1-1 over and over again. And so we end up sometimes getting stuck on 1-1 at the end of a round, and it's just really boring. So I'm trying to just cycle through my boxes, hopefully get a power star. If you let it sit, it'll just kind of, you know, activate on its own once it starts cycling through. But if you keep mashing the button, like in Mario Kart, you can actually end up using it faster. There we go, power star. Down to 343 coins. This is not looking good. Although I guess you could probably say he's in a worse position because he was going... Oh, he was in 4-2. Okay. Wow, he ran out of time. So we won again. Whew. ADHD bastardization? No, man. It is super fun. There's a lot of strategy. And it's highly addictive. That's intense. My heart can't take it. You machine, you. Well, I wasn't joking, Kevin, when I said I played this a lot. I'll be posting on Discord, and I'll reach out to Kevin, and I'll be like, yeah, still playing, still addicted. Hey, Rob. Congrats, Austin. Good job. Can't stay. Just saying what's up. Good luck. Hey, Rob. Thank you very much, man. Much appreciated. I am just now reading the chat. I'm not reading the chat while I'm playing because you have to have 100% focus on this game. It's the longest match I played in. Matches probably go on no longer than 20 minutes. No, around 20 minutes, yeah. Oh, man. Let's see what we got up here. Hey, Leader B, what's going on if you're still out there? Luigi equals best brother. Luigi had different jump physics in the Japanese Super Mario Brothers too, yeah. Not in the original one, though. The fish are worse when out of water, too. Yeah, definitely. Come here, Patchouli. Come here, Patchouli. Come here, Patchouli. Come here, man. Alright. My cat's in here bugging me. Yeah, we need a Lost Levels version of this. I'd like to see that. Yeah. Yeah, Super Mario Brothers, as a whole, yeah, it could be a little tired. I mean, their 3D games in particular have been really good. I mean, even their modern 2D games have been really good, but I don't know, when I think Super Mario, I still think the old ones, because I grew up with them, you know, and the first one is still one of my favorite games of all time. Like, just, like, out of any game, it's still one of my favorites, period. So that's probably one reason why this game's really clicked for me, is, you know, I'm just a big fan of the original Super Mario Brothers to begin with, so... Yeah, you can actually scroll down the list as well and see what levels people are at. So, like, there's a level 1 guy, so he's only going to have 1-1. There's a level 9 guy, he's probably only got 1-1, 1-2, 1-3. Then another 6, 11, 10, 8. You can level up really fast in the early stages. Like, if you start off at level 1, you get a couple thousand coins. You're going to get boosted up to a higher level pretty quickly, but... We're at the point now where it takes a couple of first place wins at the very least to get a level up, so... let's see... Only online game you've ever been good at. Fatal Fury matches. This is better than a lot of Battle Royales out there. Yeah, it's pretty good. Hey, Chanty, what's going on? He says, damn, you crushing it. Yeah, it is great, definitely. You need to take your dog out, but you want to see the end of this match. Oh, man. Let's scroll back down. Guess your putty tat walked in the room. Yeah, she did. I tried to get her up on my second chair here, but she wants none of that right now. What she doesn't realize is she has 2 hours until it's time to eat. Do I consistently get in top 5 in every match? Yeah, typically, unless I make a really dumb mistake, which I've done a couple times. So, like, if I hit B to go back, and I go to my stats, you notice there's a 16 down there? That's because, like, I just made a really stupid mistake, and I just fell down like a 1 tile wide hole. It was really, really pathetic. But actually, out of my last 10 matches, I've only gotten 1st or 2nd, aside from that 4th and 16th place, which is a pretty decent ratio, actually. Earlier today, I was playing it as well, and I had like I had one where I intentionally died right away, so I was like 34th. I just wanted to see if like I would unlock something for it. And then I had another one where I was like 20 because, again, stupid mistake. Yeah, if you make stupid mistakes, you're gonna end up, you know, you're gonna end up losing. You don't want to make stupid mistakes. Alright, so I'm going to actually flip over to my 4x3 template. And I'm going to go ahead and do... Let's switch over to 6-1. I like 6-1 because it has Lakitus as well. So much for getting noticed here. I mean, do you go to streams just to get noticed? It's not a good way, good reason to go to streams. I can give you the boot if you want. If that would make you feel better. I can just kick you. It's fine. You've only won 30 matches so far. Usually pick 3-2 because it's a shell kicker's paradise. Yeah. 3-2 is really good for that, for sure. Like, that's a really good one at the end of the game in particular when, like... You know, your clock is in the red. Alright, later, Dasan. Take care, man. Brandon. I only go to streams to be noticed. It's how I define my own self-worth. That sounds like you, Grinch. I'm just kidding. Patchouli? Not now, Patchouli. My cat. If my cat could talk, she'd be like, "Stop playing this damn game!" I almost made a really dumb mistake there. Hey, thanks, Brody. I appreciate it. Notice me! Notice me! Right now! Alright, so back to 1-1. Like I said, we're gonna see a lot of 1-1 here. So again, in the early parts of the match, for me, it's just about grinding out. Yeah, no, I agree, Jeff. I would like to see them keep it up. Yeah, it is definitely very popular. I mean, it's very easy to find a match. It doesn't take more than 20 or 30 seconds to get into a match. Yeah, like I said at the beginning of the stream, I do hope that Nintendo kind of pulls back on the whole, you know, limited time thing. Because it's a great game. It's super fun. It's super addictive. Yeah, it's a blast. It's a lot of fun. Alright, I'm gonna go to 3-4, just to try to get some, you know, get some Bowsers in the playfield. So I intentionally bumped my head on that ceiling, just to push myself down to the ground, and it looks like I got a knockout. So I got a bunch of coins from that, which was good. And I'm gonna go ahead and play it safe here. Yeah, I was actually kind of wondering that, if Nintendo was gonna do some kind of, like, live event for this game. Get, like, the highest ranked players in or something like that, and have them all go at it. That would be interesting. Alright, so why is someone telling Red that Red sucks? Anyone that tells Red that he sucks, I'm gonna ban you, so... You better be joking about that. Or I'll let Red do it for me. No one ever makes fun of Red. Yeah, me too, Grinch. I would watch it too. Yeah, I like getting the piranha plants out there too, because they appear in, like, the most obtuse places. And while they're not too dangerous on their own, if, like, you've got someone that's small Mario and they don't have, you know, any mystery boxes left, and there's a piranha plant on a block where they have to walk, like, they're gonna die. They're not gonna be able to get past it, so... That's where the piranha plants can really come in handy. And I really like the Buzzy Beetles there too, because so many players use the Fire Flower. So the Buzzy Beetles will kind of catch them off guard as well. Because the Fire Flower doesn't do anything to them. Oh, I see what you mean, Emmermon. Okay. Actually, that is kind of funny. Okay, there we go. So for this part, I like to just run through, just like this. Hopefully hit the piranha plants while I'm at it, and then I just cash out these coins. Oh yeah, being on 8-3 with small Mario is the worst. I've been there too with no coins at the very end. Yeah, not very fun. So no need to rush right now. I'm just gonna take my time, kill all the enemies I see. Hit my triggers by accident. That's okay. Let's do 4-4. I don't really want to do 4-2 if I can avoid it. I mean, I already did it once. The reason I do like something, oh crap, like 4-4 is that, you know, for one, it's a level that not everybody knows. Like, I still see people get to these puzzle levels and get lost. And so I'll start sending enemies their way because I know they're lost because they're going the wrong way. And that's always hilarious. But the other reason I picked the castle level is that I get to send a Bowser to someone's game. And of course, there's always a chance that Bowser can reappear in my game. Which I'm fine with, because that just gives me an opportunity to, you know, kick it right back to someone else. I did zoom the screen a little bit, yeah. That's so you can see the gameplay, the actual gameplay a little bit better. Every couple matches, I'll switch the templates. That was the plan. Because my normal HD template, it, you know, it's not that great for people that are on, you know, phones or tablets. So if I get an opportunity like this to where I can zoom it in, then I go for it. Because it's easier for everybody. And then, but yeah, I plan on switching them, like every couple rounds I'll switch the templates. Nice, I got all 15. Alright, so for this part right here, I want to make sure I don't, like, knock that Buzzy Beetle, otherwise I'm going to end up losing my Fire Flower. And this is risky right here. You can run and just jump over that. I missed it a bunch of times when I was first starting to play this game. But I've been getting comfortable with that jump in particular. Knowing when you can stay in motion is really good, when you've got the star. Because when you're in star form, you want to, you know, you want to hit as many enemies as possible. For one, you get those time bonus multipliers, so your time is, you know, replenished much better. And then the more enemies you kill, the more enemies you're sending to other people's, never mind. Alright, let's go ahead and grab that extra life. So I've knocked out one opponent. Only one opponent. And I'm up to 537 coins, which is actually a lot of coins. So I don't know how many coins I got from that guy, but I've only knocked out one person. Gonna go ahead and just sit here. Go ahead and kill all these enemies. Hey, Roger, welcome back. And unfortunately, I missed that. Whoa, okay. Oh, why did I do that? Why did I do that? Oh, I fucking hate it when I do that, man. I made a similar mistake earlier today where I tried doing a little baby jump and I didn't jump high enough and I ended up just landing in the enemy's face. So I just threw that one away completely. But if you end up losing early, you can hit the start button and you can spectate other players. Just like so. No, I agree with you, Grinch. I should just be focusing and not reading chat. Yes, you can see that he's using his boxes, just like so. I'm gonna be really interested to see what they do once their time starts running out. So let's go ahead and just keep spectating. No, Red, I must win them all. Everyone's got pretty high time right now, so it's like the pressure really starts when your timer turns red. Yeah, so I think this guy is gonna get knocked out first, because he's got the least amount of coins. He's trying to get that question mark. Which is fine right now, because... you know, the timer's not in the red yet, so he can still take his time. But he's got the least amount of coins, unless either of the other two guys... screw up. I don't think he's gonna make it. Yeah, he's taking it really slow. Like, what is he doing? Yeah, so if you're in a position like this, you don't want to be taking things super slow. You want to, like, he should have gone straight for that coin block, which he didn't even touch. He should be focusing on getting through the levels as quickly as possible to get his coins back up. Because being this late in the match with only 172 coins, it's not going to cut it. Like, look at that guy. He's got 486 coins. This guy's got... that's the same guy. Okay, it looks like this guy ended up using some. He's at 291, but he's still higher than the other guy. This is the guy with 175 coins. So, you notice the timer's turned red now. So, they have to start booking it. Yeah, like, why is he waiting? Like, what are you doing? He's out, man. Like, see, like, I would have ended up beating this guy for sure. Just watching him play is kind of like, makes me scratch my head. What? How did the other guy get knocked out? How did the other guy get knocked out? Wow, he must have made a really dumb mistake if he got knocked out. Oh, and he pushed the fire flower over too far. It's actually kind of fun watching other people play. Yes, this is true, Red. Yep. Yeah, and see, he actually missed a power up. That's where knowing where your upgrades and stuff are is really good. And he's just taking things way too slow. Like, he could have hopped on an enemy and got on top of those blocks. He actually could have got on top of those blocks without even jumping on an enemy. So at this point in the match, you'd really want to just be using your blocks because, you know, you want to get that power star so you can start ripping through enemies. Like, no, what? Like, he shouldn't have done that because he could have got the star, which would have made him invincible. And there's a question mark box up there that'll give you a power-up. So he didn't have to actually use coins to get that power-up. He actually wasted coins unnecessarily. So, again, there's a lot of strategy involved in this that, you know, casual onlookers might not realize. There's another right there. Boom. He's got it. Another power-up. So he wasted his question mark boxes, the mystery box, earlier. He used multiples when he didn't need to. And then there were some coins down below. I probably would have gotten a couple coins because, you know, it's 20 coins per use, so getting him back up to 80 would have given him 4 uses. But now he can only use it 3 times because he's at 76 coins. Yeah, this dude's gonna lose. The other guy up top is, like, so far ahead. 447. Yeah, dude got knocked out. So, yeah, interesting. Does the game have achievements? Not that I'm aware of. On the main menu screen, if you click the right stick in, you can access daily challenges. So there are, like, goals to meet on a daily basis, and they'll give you extra coins as well. Coins level up your character. So, you know, I'm level 150 right now. And it looks like I need about 800, around 800 more coins to level up again. Which actually I would have leveled up if I won that one. But, you know, whatever. Alright. Let's go ahead and stick with 6-1. We didn't even get to 6-1, unfortunately. Because I made a really dumb mistake. What happened? I ended up dying. I ended up running into a Koopa Troopa while I was small Luigi. I walk away for 3 seconds and you lose. Yeah, I know, right? Alright, we're zooming back in for this one. The star does mean 100 levels, yes. And thank you, Red. I appreciate it, man. Very good advice, Red. Again, I just go for as many enemies as I can in the beginning. Just to, you know, keep the chaos going. Get as much going on in everyone's game. Hey, Emmett, welcome to the stream. Go ahead and get those coins. As you can see, at the end of a match, coins are very, very important. So, I want to get as many as I can in the early game. Oops, did not mean to do that, but that's okay. Not a big deal. You can see those time bonuses. That was 4 seconds, 5 seconds, 6 seconds. You can still go down pipes and things like that. You can still access the bonus areas, but not a huge reason to unless you're completely out of coins, and you should never be completely out of coins. especially this early in the match. There's not usually good reason to use your mystery boxes this early in the match. You know, as long as you're playing smart, you shouldn't really have to do that. Yes, in this one you can high jump off enemies, yep. That's one of those quality of life changes they made. The game feels pretty close to the original Super Mario Brothers. Like, it's not as floaty and loose as the Mario Maker Super Mario Brothers 1. But there are some quality of life things that they left in, like being able to high jump off enemies. Which is actually really nice. It lets you keep the flow going. I'm gonna go ahead and grind out for these coins again. The infinite lives trick? No, it's not doable. I tried it. And I'm going to assume that Minus World's not in here either. I have not tried that, but I assume it's not here. Alright guys, let me know if you can still hear me. Looks like I just had a connection drop there for about 5 seconds. Like it says I actually went offline, which is weird. So let me know when we're back. We're back? Looks fine now. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's happened before, but it hasn't happened in a while. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. Clear and smooth. Nice. That's what I like to hear. See, stage 1-1 is where the high jump really comes in handy. High jumping off enemies. Now you'll notice that I'm not just constantly mashing my fireball button. For one, it's just wasted energy. Two, I find it better to just shoot one at a time. Just to kill enemies as they come into the screen. And then as I'm really close to enemies, then I'll mash it. I'll time my attacks appropriately. Like, skillful use of the fire flower is very important in this game. Alright. Yeah, the bridge level is actually one of my favorites because you gotta think about strategy in this game, and overwhelming your opponents is a very good strategy, and it's one of the best levels for overwhelming your opponents. You know, they'll be running through a treetop level, and out of nowhere, Cheep Cheeps will start flying through the air from down below. So it's really good for things like that. It's one of the most dangerous levels because you can get screwed over as well. But, you know, that's why you've got your mystery boxes. I've got 348 coins, so I can use it quite a few times. It's okay to use it every now and then. It's just you don't want to be relying on it too much on the early game. I'm gonna go ahead and take my time here. Alright, yo, Solid Nate, what is going on? So yeah, I mean, if there's nothing going on, you don't really want to take your time. You want to just rush to the next coin box. You know, so my next coin box is right here. Boom. It's about getting those coins, man, because you need them later on in the game. I'm going to go ahead and kill this piranha plant, though. Like, we were watching a couple of those guys in the previous match, and they were just dilly-daddling like crazy. It's like, no, man, you do need to keep moving. Especially if there aren't any enemies nearby. If there are no enemies nearby, you're not sending enemies to other people's games. And as a result, like, you're not making things harder on your opponents. Like, see, now I'm going to be sending bullet bills their way, which will probably screw them up a little bit. Let's go ahead and get this piranha plant sent over as well. It's that one right there. What's funny about the original Super Mario Brothers, I played it last night, and the bullet bills are a lot faster in that game. And, sometimes bullet bills will shoot out twice at once in the NES game. It's kind of crazy seeing those differences. And another coin box right here. Alright, next level. Alright, so this is 8-1, so we're gonna go ahead and just use the Buzzy Beetle right here. Whoops, that was close. Let's go ahead and just run straight across right here. Yep, there's an extra life right there. I always try to reposition the Buzzy Beetle before I go for the extra life. Now there will be a coin, not a coin box, but a star box later. And actually this is going to be a coin box right here. Let's go ahead and get it. 11 players left. Yeah, we all hated 8-3 when we were kids. A long, long time ago. Possibly in a galaxy far, far away. But what's good about A3 in this game is that it's a lot of Hammer Brothers that you throw back in other people's faces. So, you know, it's a double-edged sword now. It's like, yes, it could give you trouble, but you can also give a lot of other people trouble with it, too. Red's a big kid. I'm just gonna go ahead and keep going. I will go ahead and get this, though. Oh, I messed it up. There's actually a trick here for this one. Boom! Just like that. Got it. Take advantage of that fire flower or fireball bouncing. Let's go ahead and do 7-4. 5-4 probably would have been better. But at least on 7-4, there's probably not going to be much going on, so I can take a breather, hopefully. And then send a Hammer Bowser to someone else's game. So the pattern for 7-4 is this right here. You go down, then down, then down, and then up. And then that's it. One thing that was added into this one is a sound cue that lets you know that you went the wrong way. Very similar to, say, Super Mario All-Stars on Super Nintendo. In the original Super Mario Brothers, there's no sound cue. So the only way that you know you've gone the correct route is that you end up at Bowser. Over 500 coins now, which is good. Puts us in a good position. If I really wanted to, I can try targeting one of these guys. I'm going to target the guy that's on 8-3. He still has a little ways to go, apparently. So let's go ahead and make some more enemies appear for him. Yeah, and I can see that he's already taken multiple hits. Oh, great. We're on 8-4. This is the worst level, honestly. Because there's not a lot going on in it, and it's a big time waster. Oh, that's not good. This is actually... Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and use my block. Okay, that works. Yeah, the reason I did that is because if I took a hit from Bowser, I would have lost my momentum, and I would have fallen into the lava, and I would have lost my game. I made that mistake so many times, so I went ahead and played it safe. Alright. I think right before I started the stream, I actually had to come to 8-4 as well. Alright, just walk through. So just like in the original game, if you want to, you know, you can intentionally take a hit, use your invincibility frames, and just run right through Bowser. But I'd rather keep my Fire Flower. And even if, like, I'm Big Mario without the Fire Flower, I'd still rather keep the, like, keep my big form. It's one less step I have to do if I want to try to, you know, get back to Fire Flower or, you know, something like that. Being Tiny Mario puts me at bigger risk. So I picked 6-1, so we're finally here. And unfortunately my timer is ticking down pretty quickly. But there are going to be some Lakitus. Like, there's another one right there. I think 6-1 is actually better for Lakitus than 4-1. Bunch of Hammer Brothers. Fortunately, when they're down there, they're not too dangerous. Jump over them like that. I'm gonna go ahead and target the guy that's actually on the bridge level. And we should get a Fire Flower over here. Actually, let me go ahead and use my box. There we go. Fire Flower right here. Yeah, it looks like the guy's knocked out. I'm gonna switch it back to random, because I don't trust myself here. Yeah, and this is 7-3 as well. Alright. Alright, 4-3 is not a favorite. Simply because there's just not a lot going on typically. And it's more of a pain than not if Oh boy, this could be bad. Yep, we're dead. I knew that was gonna happen. Yeah, so if you get hit by an enemy midair, you lose all momentum, and you can get totally screwed over like that. So I should have gotten the top 5, but, you know, we messed up. So we can go ahead and spectate again. Oh, man. Hey, Venom, what's going on, sir? That escalated quickly. Yeah, that's what happens in this, Nihilus. It can escalate very quickly. And he's out of time. Ooh, yeah, he's running out. Yep, he's dead. He's at 184, 102. Basically, the guy with the most time is the one that's gonna win. I bet you this guy's gonna die next. See, what he should have done is sacrifice his Fire Flower for the Star Box, because it's right there. And he can get his time back. You see that row of enemies on the bottom. This guy totally fucked up. He totally fucked up. He could have survived. But that's where, like, the strategy comes into play. You know? He should have went straight for that coin box with the, or that box with the star in it. Then he would have bounced back. So... yeah, that's where this game gets kind of interesting. Looks like we're dropping some frames, guys. I'm going to run a quick speed test. I'm kind of curious what's going on right now. We keep dropping frames. It's kind of annoying. So, we'll see what my upload's like. Could just be YouTube's end. Yeah, my download's good. Enjoying some time away from work after a long day. Yeah. Yeah, for some reason my upload speed is tanking. Yeah, my upload is just garbage right now for some reason. I don't know why it's doing that. I'm not uploading something, Red. The only thing I'm uploading is the stream. But my upload speed it's giving me 3.44 megabits per second, which is way too low. I'm streaming at 6 megabits per second. I should be getting 30 to 40 upload. But it's not giving me that. I already rebooted my router once today. I really don't want to reset it. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm going to have to reboot my router again, guys. I will be right back. Don't go anywhere.